Folks, welcome back to the Hofstra Dynasty. Today we head on the road to Kinnick, Iowa to take on the Iowa Hawkeyes. Before we get into it, please like and subscribe this video if you enjoy this series. If you want to. I can't make you do anything. Now we're going to quickly go over Iowa's roster ahead of the game. They are the highest overall team that we have played yet in this dynasty at an 86 overall. And I also have to address the fact that we essentially have to skip a game in this video series because the footage that I got for the Liberty game is just not really usable. The footage doesn't play smooth. Most of the fourth quarter is missing, and there's no sound. So I've put together some clips to share at halftime of this game, but unfortunately I will not be able to do a full-length video of that game. I apologize. My dumbass's ability to adjust to the capture card is proving more difficult than I expected. But I think from here on out, things should run smoother. I'm not going to say what the outcome of the Liberty game was yet because I will reveal that at halftime. But if you see our record listed somewhere, you will probably be able to figure it out. But anyway, enough housekeeping. Let's get into this matchup here. Iowa comes into this game like 2-7, I think. We come into this game 7-3 and actually ranked for the first time in history. We are ranked 23rd in the country. Is that a fraudulent ranking? Do we deserve that ranking? I don't know. Who's to say? And there you have it. 23rd ranked Hofstra on the road here in the yellow uniforms against Iowa in the all-black uniforms. Mike Francesa and his boys come into this one feeling pretty good about themselves after a little hiccup in the middle of the season. And they'll get the ball first here, Deontay Tyson takes the kickoff out to the 20-yard line. And there was our new look Mike Francesa right there, if you just saw. I finally changed his face and tried to make him look a little bit more like Mike Francesa. One of the issues is that Mike is always clean-shaven, and like all the coach heads have facial hair. Anyway, first down handoff. Deontay Tyson gets 10 yards, but just short of the first down. Second and inches now. On second and inches, the triple option handoff goes to Tyler Costello, and he's able to pick up a first down. Still in the pistol, two running backs, and they try to throw a screen out there, but I don't know what happened. The ball fell short. Incomplete, second and 10. Second and 10, they're going to swing another ball out on a screen pass, and they're going to lose 3 yards there. So it's going to be 3rd and 13 here on the first drive for the Hofstra Pride. Quandre Hines drops back on 3rd and 13. He's going to loft one up for Scooter Page on a corner route. It's a beautiful ball down the sideline, thrown to the far hash. A really impressive throw there from Quandre Hines. After that third down conversion, Hofstra comes back with a handoff to Tyson. Another 10-yard gain just short of a first down, second and inches. Now on second down, Hines gives this one off to Tyson, who doesn't go anywhere, and loses 3-4 yards. It's going to be 3rd and 4 now. 3rd and 4 handoff to Strickland gets a first down as he's able to fight for some tough yardage there. So now it's a 1st and 10 for Hofstra here. Hines is going to drop back to throw, and he rips a ball down the middle of the field that is incomplete. Threw that one into traffic there. 2nd down and 10. On 2nd down, he's going to hand this one off to Tyson. Only a 2-yard pickup there for Tyson. And it's going to be 3rd and 8 here for Hofstra on their first drive. Another big 3rd and long play. They throw this one underneath to Moore, who gets 6. It's going to be 4th and 2 now. Hofstra's going to come out to go for it. Lined up in an empty set. Quandre Hines takes the snap, runs up the middle, and he's going to get stuffed. They are not going to get it. So Iowa will take over here after a 3-minute drive into Iowa territory. It leads to no points as Hofstra turns it over on downs. So the Iowa offense is going to come out now with trips to the right. They go play action. Quarterback throws over the middle into traffic. That's going to be intercepted. Bubba Van Claiborne, the playmaking linebacker for the Hofstra Pride, gives it right back. And Hofstra again set up in Iowa territory. This time they rocket toss out of the flex bone and get just nothing. Well, they lost 4 yards. And now on 2nd down, they're going to throw a little screen out to, is that Bell? And Bell's going to get 7. So gain some yardage back and then some. And then on 3rd and 7, they're going to find DJ Brown from the BX. on a little mesh play drag route to pick up a first down. So it's going to be 1st and 10. And the handoff to Tyson. Tyson, another solid hole to run through, and he gets 9 yards on this one. It'll be 2nd and 1. Now on 2nd and 1, handoff goes to Tyson again. And Tyson goes nowhere. He's stuffed. It's going to be 3rd and 1. 3rd and 1. This crowd is rocking here in Iowa, and they're going to hand this one off to Tyson, and he's going to get a nice gain up the middle. An 8-yard gain for Hofstra down to the 8-yard line. It's going to be 1st and goal. They motion Keyshawn Robinson in the backfield, and they throw a little screen out to him. He cuts back towards the middle and gets just 1 yard. It's going to be 2nd and goal from the 7. 2nd down and goal. It takes the snap, and Hines goes on a little triple option after faking to Tyson. He options out and pitches to Robinson, who gets no gain. It's going to be 3rd and goal from the 7. Again, motion into the backfield. This time a handoff to Tyson, loses 2 yards. Might have been trying to set up a 4th down to go for it, but instead they go backwards. So that will be the end of the first quarter. We will now wave to the Children's Hospital, as is tradition here in Iowa. One of the nicer traditions in college football. Also, Iowa's offense sticking true tradition and having 0 yards in that first quarter. Pretty funny stat line there, as Iowa only ran that one play, as Hofstra's had the ball the entire quarter, and they threw an interception on that one play. Hofstra's field goal attempt is up and good, and they start the second quarter here by taking a 3-0 lead. Iowa back on the ball now, see if they can overcome their reputation on offense, as they hit a nice screenplay out here to the 32-yard line. A big gain there on 1st down, and the Iowa offense maybe can get into a rhythm now. 2nd down, run up the gut, gains 3 yards. It's 2nd and 7 now for the Hawkeyes. Quarterback drops back, and he throws over the middle. He's got number 15, and that's a big gain for Iowa, all the way down to the 33 of Hofstra. So this Hofstra defense has been getting exposed quite a bit lately, the secondary in particular. Jaden Bellamy, really the only good player they have back there. But cornerback 2 has been a real weak point. Now 2nd and 8, Iowa. They keep this one in the read option, and the ball's out. It's fumbled, and Hofstra's on it. Hofstra's going to get another turnover here, and they're back on the ball after just a minute of possession by Iowa, though they lose 2 yards on 1st down. But again, this Iowa offense not able to stay on the field early on. Hines unable to complete that pass on the corner route, and it's going to be 3rd and 12 here. Hines rips a throw over the middle, and he's got his man in traffic. That's Trayan Bell. That is a huge conversion. That's a big-time throw there. 3rd and 12. Now coming back on 1st down, they run Hines up the gut for about 6 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 4 now. Trying to stay ahead of the chains there. They go with a jet touch pass, and that's not going to go anywhere. It's going to be 3rd and 4. So another 3rd down situation for Hofstra here. They're going to pitch this one to Tyson. He's able to cut back inside and get a nice run there across midfield into Iowa territory at the 49 on the 1st down pickup. 1st down handoff is absolutely stuffed as Tyson is met in the backfield. 2nd and 15. Hofstra's had some bright spots on offense here, but they've also set themselves back repeatedly. Now it's going to be 3rd and 15 now. Let's see what they can dial up on 3rd and 15 here. And Hines is going to flush out of the pocket, and he's going to run to the right side and pick up 9 yards. So he's going to be short of the 1st down. It's going to be a 4th and 6 for Hofstra. They are going to go for it from the 45-yard line. Underneath on the drag to Keyshawn Robinson. He's able to break a tackle and get across the marker. Nice run there. And Keyshawn Robinson keeps this drive alive on 4th down. Another big conversion by Hofstra. And then another throw out to Robinson on an RPO bubble. Gets another good gain, and they're down to the 23-yard line. Now they go play action here, and Hines is going to throw this one to his running back on a corner route out of the backfield, and he's got him down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. A beautiful pitch and catch there. Hofstra's moving on offense now. Handoff up the middle to Tyson. He gets 2 yards. It's going to be 2nd and goal at the 2. Now Hofstra going to go empty set, quads to the right. Up the middle goes Hines, and he gets just 1 yard. So it's going to be 3rd down now. Hofstra working the clock a little bit. 'bit. Same play, it looks like, into the end zone for a touchdown. 3rd and 4. And Hofstra now about to take a 10-0 lead here, under a minute left in the first half. They have come out and dominated the time of possession. They have kept this Iowa offense off the field. They have had, I think, a minute and 5 seconds of possession or something like that. And maybe you'd like to see more points on the scoreboard. Hofstra still has a double-digit lead here with 42 seconds left in the first half. Now Iowa comes back out on offense and hits number 15 again over the middle. They're going to call timeout as they were short of the first down. 2nd and 2 from the 22. Another underneath throw, and it's completed, and it is a first down for Iowa. They take another timeout here. And Hofstra audibles at the last second here, and the defenders get caught up in press coverage. And Iowa's able to find a man behind the defense, and he's going to go all the way for a 69-yard touchdown. That is not what Hofstra wanted to do in that situation, where it looked like they might just be able to, make Iowa use up the clock at least. And they hit a nice play there on the rocket toss to Strickland, and so maybe they can get into field goal range or something before the half. 2 timeouts still left, 15 seconds, close to midfield. But a really tough sequence there as Hines drops back now and tries to chuck one deep down the middle. It's going to be intercepted, going for the home run. And Iowa is going to be able to pick this one off. Hofstra makes the tackle with just 3 seconds left in the first half. So now probably a Hail Mary attempt coming from Iowa. And that is exactly what happens. They launch a deep corner route that is caught, but time expires. It is halftime. And Hofstra goes into the half 10-7, although that lead is a little bittersweet because they probably feel like they should have been up more. Iowa 17.6 yards per play. I get obviously a little skewed by the big plays they hit, and the fact that they've barely run any plays. But still not a good number. Hofstra's defense cannot allow that kind of stuff if they want to win a game like this. You know, on the road in a tough environment. Anyway, now it's time to show you some highlights from the Liberty game. I wanted to put like the ESPN music in the background. But after looking into that a little bit, it seems like I might be able to get sued if I do it, so I didn't do it. So anyway, we start out the game with a touchdown there on a slot fade to Keyshawn Robinson, a beautiful pitch and catch. But on the very next play from scrimmage, Liberty struck right back with a touchdown of their own. Our secondary was quite exposed in this game. Fast forward a little bit after we kicked a field goal. Liberty again able to hit something down the deep middle of the field. Looks like we were in cover 2 and the linebacker just didn't get enough depth. Another touchdown for them. We did have some nice plays in between that. This highlight video was originally 8 minutes long, and I cut it down to be like much shorter than that. And here they're going to run over our cornerback in open space and into the end zone as we were unable to catch them. At that point, they were up 21-13, but then the very next play from scrimmage, Hofstra was able to answer right back. Sorry, I thought that was going to happen a little sooner. I left more of that celebration and then I realized, I guess. So yeah, very next play from scrimmage, though. Quandre Hines drops back, finds Trayon Bell down the deep middle of the field, and Hofstra was right back in it. It was 21-20 at this point. Next up, Liberty would go back in front, 28-20. Right before the half here, as you see, 1 minute left, and they're able to hit another big pass down the sideline. Just so many explosive plays against our secondary. Now into the third quarter, we were trying to answer back, but on 4th and 8 through an interception in the end zone. Huge play, backbreaker there. And then on the very next play, Liberty's quarterback drops back, gets sacked. And after the first guy runs right by it, the second guy, Kobe Garland, comes along, picks it up, and walks into the end zone for a touchdown. And we would go for 2, and we would tie it. And this is the play where we tied it up at 35. Like I said, I lost the fourth quarter highlights, but we would go on to win 49-42. It is a bummer that I couldn't do a full-length video on that because it was a very exciting back-and-forth game with a lot of offense. But there's nothing I can do now, so I will just avoid those problems in the future. But yes, I'm sorry. I am still gaining my footing a little bit making these videos. Now into the second half, Iowa has the ball down 3. And they run the first 2 plays. First one got 4, second one got 1. So it's 3rd and 5 here for Iowa. And they're able to hit a pass down the deep middle and find a guy open. So out across midfield now, Iowa moving the ball. Hand this one off to their stud running back off the right side, and he makes a nice run. Another first down to our 32-yard line. Iowa once again moving on us. First down and 10 here, and they throw out a screen pass, and we were able to push them out of bounds. No gain on that play. Now on 2nd and 10 again, Hofstra in the nickel set. They throw this one over the middle, and Oluwave is able to undercut the route and intercept it. Another huge play by these Hofstra linebackers. First it was Bubba Van Claiborne, and now it's Oluwave with the interception. Hofstra back on offense. They hand this one off to Tyson. He's got a big hole up the middle. Nice cutback on the stretch play, and he's got 8 yards. 2nd down. Now they're going to hand it off to him again. This time he's able to get the outside and tons of space here. He's going to run all the way down to the Iowa 38-yard line. That is a run of 28 yards there for Keontae Tyson. Now they're going to hand this one off to Tyler Costello. Well, I almost summoned the ghost of Tyler Olson by accident. Now on 2nd down, a little option play gains just 1 yard. Couple of plays to Tyler Costello there. Now on 3rd and 6, a little handoff to Keontae Tyson on the slow mesh. They eventually hand it off to him, and he's able to get the first down. Tough running there. Good play call. And now on 1st down, they go back to Tyson. He gets 3 yards. 2nd and 7, orbit motion for Moore. They're going to swing a screen out to him, and he's got some space and nice moves. And he's headed for the goal line. They're going to tackle him at the 1-yard line. He's going to be out of bounds for Hofstra. Now under a minute left in the 3rd quarter. Working the clock here. Hines from 1 yard out into the end zone. Touchdown Hofstra. That's his 2nd rushing touchdown of the day. And the Hofstra Pride are going to take a 17-7 lead here very late in the 3rd quarter here in Iowa. I just realized something. The stadium in Iowa is Kinnick Stadium. I referred to, I said it earlier, like the name of the city is Kinnick. The city is not named Kinnick. The city is called Iowa City. I don't know why I don't know. Who knows? Anyway, 1st down, Iowa back on the ball. And they're going to get 7 there. So 2nd and 3 here for the Hawkeyes. They're going to hand this off to their running back and a little counter run, trying to come back to the right side, but they're going to lose 3 yards. That did not work out well. 3rd and 6 here. Big play for Iowa. It will be the last play of the 3rd quarter. All day to throw in the pocket. Hofstra rushes 3 and drops everyone else back into a cover 4 look. Eventually, they find someone open because Hofstra just could not get a pass rush. And that'll put them out close to midfield, as that will be the end of the 3rd quarter. Hofstra leads this one 17-7. Really, Hofstra should be up like 17-0 or 17-3 because Iowa's touchdown was a little fluky and was kind of just a user error by me accidentally putting my guy in press coverage at the wrong time. So we'll start the 4th quarter from midfield. Iowa has the ball. Iowa no longer has the ball. Holland with the interception. That's, I think, the guy I've been ripping into because, well, no, it can't be him. He's not our 2nd corner. I don't think. I mean, I think he is, but that wouldn't explain why he was on the other side of the field. I don't know. 2nd and 7. We're going to motion Keyshawn Robinson into the backfield. They're going to hand this one off to Olsen, who's got a hole off the left side. A really nice run, but there is a flag down. And Big 69 is going to have to come. He's the culprit, so this one's going to have to come back. Damian Green, the center. So 2nd and 16 now for Hofstra. They hand this one off to Tyson again. This time does not go quite as well. They only get 2 yards. It's going to be 3rd and 14 now for the Pride. And they're going to line up trips to the right. They're going to throw the little underneath screen. And they're going to get some yards, but not nearly enough. It's going to be 4th and 8. It just does not make sense to go for it here. They have to punt this. This punt goes deep down to Iowa territory at the 15-yard line where it's fair caught, where Iowa will come back out with 4 minutes and 10 seconds left. And they're going to launch up a deep ball on the right side. And it is incomplete. A great play by Jaden Bellamy there. And able to knock that one out. That's the kind of stuff we don't get from our corners on the other side of the field. And then on second down, a big sack to make it 3rd and 19 here. A huge play. And now Hofstra really could use getting off the field. On 3rd and 19, they launch this one towards the sideline. They're going to say that's a catch. I mean, that's a real backbreaker. I thought we were about to get off the field, or at least force them into a really difficult 4th and 19 situation. But that didn't happen. First down pass incomplete, so it's going to be 2nd and 10 here. 2nd down. They drop back. Throw this one underneath, but it's a little bit behind. It looked like the running back, so that's incomplete. It's going to be 3rd and 10 now. Another chance for Hofstra to have something good happen, and that's not what happened. They hit number 6 over the middle, and he's on the run. They're not going to catch him all the way into the end zone. Another back-breaking long touchdown as the secondary gives up another huge play, and it's now 17-14. But right back on it, Hofstra, an amazing run by Tyson from the 17 all the way to the Iowa 41, spinning around defenders on a stretch run. That was a gain of 41 yards. Now on first down, they'll lose 2, however. They run it down to the 2-minute warning, and Iowa will have to start using their timeouts now. So first down, or second down rather, Hofstra only gains 3 yards. It's going to be 3rd and 9 here. Iowa takes a timeout. And on 3rd and 9, Hofstra attempts to run the ball and gets just 2 yards. So they are kind of in a punt situation, only up 3. I don't really like that. I'd rather just go for it and try to win. I had some issues here not being able to audible. Circle ended up running a drag route when I wanted to put him on a streak. Not sure if it would have made a difference, but we were unable to pick up that first down, and Iowa now has it back with 1:46 on the clock, only down 3 points, and they're going to launch one deep down the left side on the first play of the drive, and again, number 3 into the end zone for a touchdown. So another back-breaking, they're not even coverage busts. Our guys are just getting outran. And so Iowa now up 21-17 with just 1:30 left on the clock here. Hofstra's going to have to try to make something happen. Here on 2nd and 4 now. Quarterback hit as he throws, and that's going to fall incomplete. It's going to be 3rd and 4 now. Hofstra trips to the right, to the field side, or the boundary side, rather. And they're going to hit a nice ball deep over the middle here. But then, as I make this video, I didn't even realize this when I was playing. I clearly have the chew clock on because we lost like 30 seconds there. And then incomplete on first down. 41 seconds on the clock. We're going to try to throw that underneath drag screen. The ball's going to be knocked away. It's going to be 3rd down and 10 now for Hofstra with 37 seconds on the clock. And Hines is going to drop back. He's going to throw this one. It's going to fall incomplete as he's hit as he throws. It's going to be 4th and 10 now. Ball game here for Hofstra. Hines drops back. He's going to throw underneath to his tight end, who's unable to make a move on a guy in space. He gets tackled just short of the first down. As we go to the replay here, it looks like if I had waited an extra second, we would have had that deep in route. It looks like those other 2 defenders were occupied by the shorter routes, and it would have cleared the open space in the middle of the field. And we would have been able to pick it up, but unfortunately I make the wrong decision. I was able to kneel this out, and a real heartbreaking defeat as Hofstra loses their first game as a ranked team. The 23 next to their name will certainly disappear after this week, as Iowa is able to pull this one out by a score of 21-17. So we showed some promise. We came into a hostile environment. We were very competitive against the best team overall-wise that we've played yet in this dynasty. Which, I mean, I think the degree to which that matters in a game is kind of hit or miss. Sometimes the high overall teams that are like 2-7, like Iowa was coming into this game, play like a 2-7 team, and sometimes they play like a high overall team. But you know, we're building towards something. We're getting there. We're making progress, and it's a step in the right direction for Mike Francesa and the boys. Although unfortunately, any hopes of maintaining a ranking or maybe even like sneaking into the playoff, which would have been unlikely because we're not in a conference, but any faint hope of that has been dashed. Keenan Brown, I think, I don't know if I showed this before that he committed, but a 4-star middle linebacker out of Medina, Ohio. Guy we're definitely excited about, especially with Bubba Van Claiborne leaving after this year. Definitely needed a playmaker. Herrera is a guy we're going to try to ramp it up on and close the deal with. JoJo Minor, another guy getting close to committing. We're going to try to turn up the heat and get him to commit. Then we added a running back, Ben Wade, out of Camden, New Jersey, and he's 92 speed. Ended up being a guy I think we're pretty excited about. So we're going to offer him a scholarship. And then we got 5 points here to peruse his social media, which seems a little creepy, but whatever. Now some other things here. I checked out the bowl projections, and we are 7-4, but we're not listed here on any of the bowl projections. I don't know if that's a team builder thing. I don't know if that's just we're some random independent and we're not going to get into a bowl. But like some teams here, like Iowa, that have losing records, are projected to go to bowl games, but not us. So hopefully that's just a weird glitch in the game, and we will get into a bowl game. Now we're on to Connecticut week, and Quincy Haskins out of Long Branch, New Jersey has committed. He's a deep threat receiver, only 89 speed though, but he is one of our higher rated targets on our board. Joey Jorgensen also commits. He's a right guard. Now Ben Herrera, again, we're going to try to turn up the heat and get him to commit by sending the house. He is only a 2-star, but he's a green gem. He's a 92 speed, physical receiver type, 6'4", 199 athlete. I am, like, I think going to consider if he can play another position. Like, if he has high ratings as, like, a safety, I might try that out because his speed and size at safety would be pretty awesome, I think. Then looking through some other players, we're going to add Evan Kearns, a scrambler, to the board. And then we're going to scout him, and then we're going to remove Evan Kearns, the scrambler, from the board because he's not Hofstra material. Ben Wade, on the other hand, has the green gem, and he just looks like a stud. 3-star running back. Definitely a guy we want to get on the squad. I think Wade, De Silva, and what's his name? Tyler Costello. Hopefully, if they can all develop into something, that could be a nice little trio because we do tend to incorporate 3 running backs. Now I decided to do a little overview of where the conferences are at. I think some people might be interested in this, but also I think it's interesting from the angle of looking forward to our future because I do want to move Hofstra into a conference. I think the American Conference is maybe the most logical one. It's perhaps a tad unrealistic to move us right into one of the Power 4 conferences. But some of the other non-Power 4 conferences kind of stink, frankly. So I think the American would offer us the best balance of, like, realism and a challenge still. Although we did get, like, dog walked by Bowling Green this year. So I think the MAC is also another contender. It's just that, like, Conference USA is probably beneath us at this point. We'll get to it as we go through. The Big Ten, I think, would be, I mean, geographically it makes sense. We can, like, build off of a storyline of having a rivalry with Rutgers in New Jersey. Yeah, I think, like, the tri-state metro New York area is probably something the Big Ten would want to have a piece of if there was a prominent school on Long Island. But that's jumping into one of the 2 best conferences, so pretty silly on that level. Conference USA, like I said, I think by next year would be kind of beneath us. Liberty's the best team in that conference, clearly, because of their sort of controversial political affiliations. I think they're, like, sort of precludes them from getting into a more major conference. But that's neither here nor there. The MAC, I think, is also another logical spot that we could go. Ball State is 73 overall, which is kind of odd that they're winning the conference. But like I said, Bowling Green, like, crushed us on our field too. So the MAC kind of makes sense. The Mountain West just geographically makes absolutely no sense. Yeah, it just doesn't really make sense to put a New York school in a conference with, like, Boise State, Nevada, and all them. The SEC also, I think geography matters less the bigger the conference is because the more money's involved, and so the less the travel expenses matter. So, like, again, if, like, Hofstra were really blooming into a college football powerhouse, I think, like, geography wouldn't preclude the power conferences from going after them. But with that said, the SEC kind of random, probably doesn't make a lot of sense. The Sun Belt also like random and also not the best quality conference. So I realized I skipped over the Big 12 though. And the Big 12, I mean, if we are going to go power conference, that's probably the move. Geographically a little odd. I think like West Virginia or Cincinnati would be the closest geographic school. Interesting tidbit here though is that we are Kansas State's only loss on the season, and Arizona we lost to by 4 points. I mean, we did play both them at home, but it's interesting that the top two teams in the conference, we beat one and came very close to beating the other. So I do think the Big 12 would be a fun competitive challenge. If I do get any feedback at this, you know, I will absolutely take into consideration what people want. If people express, you know, go to the Big 12 for the challenge or don't go to the Big 12 because that's not realistic. I'm also going to do a little overview of the stats of the games that I was not able to make full videos on. We had a pretty balanced attack against Missouri. 28 passes, 28 rushes, 300 yards passing, and like 140-something yards rushing. Anyway, one last note on the conferences as we go through these stats. I think the two that like are competing are the American and the Big 12. I think those are the two that make the most possible sense. I think if we go mid-major, we go American, and if we go Power 4, we go Big 12. And then I think either way we stay in that conference until we're like dominating that conference and it's not even that fun anymore. And then we go Big 10 probably. Anyway, here's the defensive stats against Missouri. We had 6 interceptions. Jaden Bellamy had 3 of them. We also turned it over a bunch, but they turned it over more, and we were able to win this one on a last-second field goal, 24-21. Field goal that was like basically a chip shot. We were able to set it up like it was practically an extra point. And now we will check out the stats from the Liberty game. More high scoring, 49-42 final. Another photo finish at the end as we scored at the very end with very little time left. It was one of those situations where like we should have gone down at like in front of the end zone instead of scoring and just ran the clock down the rest of the way and kicked a field goal. But we had to get to like the 2-yard line to get a first down, and at that point the guy just plowed into the end zone, I think. Threw for over 400 yards on 35 attempts, 2 TDs, 2 picks. The run game was solid. I think it was Strickland who scored the game winner. Trayon Bell, we had 2 receivers over 100 yards, which is pretty rare for us. So, pretty solid statistical game. It's clear that against some of these less talented defenses, we're able to do more on offense and get some receivers open and, you know, attempt some downfield passes and stuff. 2 carries for 8 yards from Farris because Hines was like near injury at one point. He was like severe risk of injury with the wear and tear. So when we needed some short yardage QB runs, we put Farris in. And on defense, we had 2 defensive touchdowns in this game. That's the most noteworthy thing. We had a pick 6 by Bellamy. Yeah, Bellamy had the pick 6. And the fumble recovered, which I showed the highlight of at halftime. But that'll do it. Next up, we have UConn. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe if you want to, like I said. But thank you for watching. Please come back next time, and hopefully we make a bowl game.